Hello, my name is Cara Diane Kelly Hudson. I Lagrone, and I am a culinary science student at the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York. This is the third set of questions, and we're gonna get through them easy. Alright, first question. How does your site create a dish or product from prep time to being delivered to the customer? Explain each step. Now I can't do that. It is a product, but because it is not a restaurant, catering business, or a store, it takes a lot longer from production to delivery. Usually our days start off at 4:30 a.m. We wake up, get milk in the tank, and get to going. We print off all the make sheets beforehand. We plan our cheese the day beforehand. The make sheets are there for the entire process of the batch's aging period, as well as further onward. It's basically the lot number. So we make sure to put everything on there. Times, when everything was added, including lot numbers of things that were added to the cheese to make said cheese. We start at 7 a.m., put the milk inside of the tanks. We have a 400-gallon tank and a 45-gallon tank. We heat up the milk, clean everything, sanitize everything in the meantime, wait for it to cool down after we either hold it for 30 minutes for pasteurization, 15 for heat treatment, and afterwards, it cools to the perfect temperature. We add culture and calcium, wait 45 minutes, add rennet. It's vegetarian rennet. We're not nasty anymore. You could use animal rennet for certain different types of products. It's not nasty. Anyways, we're going to continue. After the rennet is added, you wait 30 minutes, check to see if the consistency is correct. You cut, heel, and stir. It will be drained, and you can add hot water to cook the curds, take out more whey, or you can just immediately salt, add a mold to it, and at the end, it will always be hooped or put in the molds. It kind of looks like hoops when it's floating all in the whey and stuff, but you put all the curds in there and mold it. You will have to flip it. We flip it every couple of minutes, 5, 5, 7, 7, 15, 15, and from then on, you let it sit on itself or press. You will also need to take off bits and pieces that squeeze out of the mold's shape. There will be extra curd, but that's okay. There's no waste. We make cheese curds. And afterwards, it sits on itself for upwards of 24 hours. In the meantime, we do affinage, which is tending to the cheese that's aging currently, and clean everything else, pack up, leave. The next day, come in, put it in the brine for 24 to 48 hours, salt it, and then we'll put it on a fresh new board in aging room A, B, or C. And from then on, it gets affinaged. We take care of the cheese in the meantime. We will literally leave a full day of plans to come do affinage, and it's necessary. Take care of your babies. And afterwards, we package it when it's up to date, sell it, and it gets to the customer that way. It can either be delivered through stores, which we sell to, through farmers markets, or kept for personal use. Or we can sell it to people we know, because it's still money. All right, second question. Based on your observations, how does each step contribute to the overall quality or value of the product? You can't make cheese without any of these steps. Of course, not one of good and consistent quality. The make sheets help keep track of the cheese batch along its aging process, and any difference in cultures will become obvious in the aging process. For example, we ended up having a messed up scale, which we promptly fixed. We got a new one. However, I did mess up the culture in there. And there's this arm-like shape reaching out of a cheese wheel, and I have to burden that shame every time I go to flip it. I don't have the time to show you a good versus a bad batch since it literally takes months to age. But within that short process, and at the end, the cheese eaters will know. That's all that matters. As long as the people can tell the difference, that means it's wrong. Third question, describe your work. Based on your experiences over externship, how has work changed? Based on my experiences, work is never ending. It's never ending hard labor that persists even after you've gone to sleep. It's something I've committed myself to. I have a lot of fun and I care about the product and how we're viewed, but of course not as much as the owner himself, Adrian Buff. We've gone from consistent cheese making and statewide deliveries to expansion, farmers markets, and multiple work trips within the same week out of state. I've been doing a lot. I'm always exhausted. And I ask him if he is too. He gets tired, but never exhausted. Indeed, he says he gets bored easily. Last question. How have you grown personally and professionally? Personally, I feel like nothing can faze me now. I spent the last month and 2 weeks with only 2 off days and the worst homesickness in my life, surrounded by people much older than me who don't understand my experiences or feelings as a young Black person in a predominantly white area. But then again, I know this is far from the worst I'll go through, so I'll use it as a I didn't die attitude and, pardon my French, the balls I've gained to propel myself through the school term at the CIA. Yeah, I'll keep myself going.